Hello and welcome class 11 commerce students. Today in this class I am going to explain to you the concept of debit and credit and also the golden rules of accounting. Now let's start with the concept of debit and credit. These two terms are very new to you and very much used in accounting. Slowly and gradually you will get used to these two terms in accounting. These are very new but very important term in accounting. Now let me explain to you what this debit and credit actually means. Now the whole accounting is based upon the guiding principle of this debit and credit. Debit and credit are the two guiding principles upon which the whole of accounting theory is based upon. Now, debit comes from the Latin word. It is originated from a Latin word that is debitum. So, debit comes from a Latin word that is debitum. Whereas, credit comes from a Latin word credere. So please mark these two terms. Now these two accounting terms denotes an increase or decrease in an individual's account. If there is an increase and decrease in the individual's account, then comes this debit and this credit. So please note these two words, debit and credit. Now debit means the left side, this denotes the left side of an account, whereas credit denotes the right side of an account. Please note the difference between debit and credit. These two are very necessary when you will go through the accounting. You can easily understand that the increase and decrease in an individual's account is denoted by this debit and credit. Now these two slowly gives you the explanation of the mathematical changes with respect to an individual account. There must be an equal amount of increase as well as the same amount of decrease, which is denoted by debit and credit. Now first we come to this term, that is debit. Now debit means what is due or what is owed. It is used in a special sense. It refers to the left hand side of an account. It means one who receives the benefit. It indicates one who receives the benefit. This is what is debit all about. This is what is debit all about. And credit means trust or belief. Credit means trust or belief. But in accountancy, credit is used in a special sense. It is always used in the right hand side of the account. Just the opposite of debit, credit is used in the right hand side of the account, and it means that what is due to the concerned account. So what is due to the concerned account. So these are the two terms used in accounting, that is debit and credit. The whole of the accounting principle and theory is based upon this debit and credit. Every transaction, each transaction has a debit and a credit aspect. Each transaction, suppose purchase of a pen. This is a transaction. Purchase of a pen, this is a monetary event, so this is a transaction. Now purchase of a pen has two aspects, that is debit and credit. Somebody is purchasing the pen, so he is getting the pen and he is making some expenses. So whatever expenses he is making, that is showing a decrease in his account. Again he is gaining something for that expense, that is an increase in the account. So this decrease amount is equal to the increase amount, which denotes debit and credit respectively. So this is what debit and credit is all about. This is just the concept that I am trying to explain to you, the concept of debit and credit. Now we gradually come to the golden rules or the British approach of accounting. Now just follow the class. We come to the golden rules of accounting. Here you will clearly get an idea about this debit and credit, the left hand side of the account and the right hand side of the account. So golden rules. Now, as I have told you that in the classification of accounts, there are three main types of accounts: personal and impersonal account, and within impersonal account there was real account and nominal account. So following the golden rules, we can divide the account into three parts that I have showed you earlier: personal account, and among the impersonal there is real account and nominal account. So there are three types of accounts used in the golden rules to explain the debit and credit. Now each individual account I am going to explain to you one by one. First we come to the personal account. Now as the name suggests, personal account deals with any kind of person or any kind of individual. Personal account deals with any kind of person or any kind of individual. Here the individual is either the receiver or he is the giver. Here any individual, any person, either he receives something or he gives something. So there is a receiver and a giver. A receiver or a giver. Why I am telling receiver and giver? Because this is the personal account, so it is related to person. So any receiver or giver is a person. That's why it is related to personal account. Now here the rule is, whoever the receiver of benefit, who is the receiver of benefit, will be considered as debit. Who will receive the benefit and who will give the benefit will be considered as credit. Again I repeat, the receiver is the debit, the one who receives the benefit is debit, and one who gives the benefit, the person who is giving or the institution who is giving the benefit, is the credit. This is coming under personal account. Debit, the receiver, and credit, the giver. Now we come to real account. Now personal account, I must tell you that personal account is related to any kind of person, any individual, Mr. X, Mr. Y, ABC institution, XYZ school, any hospital, any institution, any corporate body, any organization, any individual is personal account. Now we come to real account. Real account is not, these are non-personal. Real and nominal accounts are non-personal account. Real account and nominal account are non-personal account. This is not related to any kind of person. Now we first come to real account. Under real account, what happened is, something is coming in and something is going out. Real account means cash. Suppose cash. Now in case of cash, either in a transaction, either cash comes in or it goes out. Either cash is coming in or goes out. Suppose I purchase a furniture for rupees 5,000. So I am purchasing the furniture, so I am giving out the cash. I am giving out the cash. So cash is going out from my individual account, and for that I am getting the furniture. Now this is a transaction. In this transaction I am giving something and I am getting something. So whatever I am giving and whatever I am getting, that will be considered as debit or credit. Now what comes in, whatever is coming in, that is furniture is coming in and cash is going out. So furniture will be considered as debit item because it is coming in. So the rule of real account is, whatever is coming in will be considered as debit. So what comes in, whatever is coming in, what comes in is debit, and what goes out is credit. So here these are the two aspects of real account. Suppose cash or furniture, these assets are, I told you what assets are in my previous classes. So these assets, when these assets are coming in, they will be considered as debit, and when these assets are going out, it will be considered as credit. So in this transaction, I have explained you what goes out and what comes in. What comes in is debit and what goes out is credit. This is the concept of real account. Now the last one is nominal account. Nominal account. Now the rule of nominal account is again a little bit different. That is, there are certain expenses and losses in a transaction, or there may be profit or gain in a transaction. So the expenses or losses suffered will be considered as debit. The expenses such as any expenses, suppose telephone bill paid or electricity bill paid or rent paid, these are the expenses. All expenses and all kind of losses, like any kind of cash which you have not received, which is called a bad debt, which you will learn afterwards. So any kind of cash you are not receiving, you are facing any loss, or any kind of expenses you are making from your account. So those expenses and losses will be considered as debit. Whereas any kind of profit from a transaction, if you are selling a land and getting a profit, or any kind of income, commission received, interest received, any kind of income will be considered as credit. So all expenses and losses are debit, and all gains or profit you may call, or incomes, are credit. So this is the concept of real account. In this way I have explained you through three distinctive accounts, that is personal account, real account and nominal account. Personal, and these two are impersonal account. These two are impersonal account, part of impersonal account. So personal account and impersonal account, clearly I have shown you the distinction and the rule, the golden rule or the British approach that is needed for accounting theory, that is needed for doing each and every sum, and that is required for dealing with each and every transaction, to follow the double entry system, especially the double entry system whenever we will follow in accounting. Generally we use double entry system, which is universal. So to follow that double entry system, we need to have a clear concept of this distinction of accounting through the golden rules, and this rule is universal. This rule is followed every time whenever we follow the double entry system of accounting, which is the generally accepted principle. Now I have told you personal account, the rule is the receiver is debit, the giver is credit. The receiver of the benefit is debit, the giver is the credit. In case of real account, whatever is coming in, whatever asset you are gaining coming in, that is debit, that will be considered, that increase in the asset will be considered as debit, and any decrease in the asset will be considered as credit. Again, in case of liability, just the reverse thing happens. In case of increase of liability is a credit, and decrease of liability is a debit. Now we come to the nominal account. In case of nominal account, we have two types of things, that is expenses and gains, losses and profits or income. So expenses and losses will be considered as debit, and gains or profit from any transaction will be considered as credit. So these are the golden rules which you need to learn by heart. You have to mug up, and you have to have a clear idea about these golden rules, because whenever I will start discussing about any transaction, in my next few classes I will start discussing about the transactions, and each transaction will contain these two aspects following the double entry system, and these two aspects are debit aspect and credit aspect of the transaction. Now how you will find out what aspect, which is the debit item and which is the credit item? For that you need to know what are the two accounts involved in that transaction. And following the golden rule, if you follow the golden rule, if you have followed this class, you can understand what golden rule is all about, and following the golden rule you can easily distinguish from a transaction what are the two accounts involved, and those two accounts, among those two, between those two accounts, which is debit item and which is the credit item. So in my next class I am going to explain, or I am going to come up with some transactions to find out the account and the debit and the credit items in the double entry system. So till then, goodbye.